Globalization is a political, economic, social, and cultural process in which all countries depend on each other, unifying markets and cultures, with the neoliberal development as an economic system in most of the countries, eliminating borders and having easy access to information technologies. Now I will talk about the trade concept, and it refers to buying and selling of goods and services for money or money's worth. The manufacturers or producers produces the goods, then moves on to the wholesaler, then to the retailer, and finally to the finally consumer, with capitalism as economic system. In the images that I show you in this presentation, it shows a supermarket where some basic goods for families and people are sold. Now, I will talk about the digital revolution. Since the invention of the television and telephone, the world has traveled through a process of unprecedented technological advances. Since the progression of the computer in the middle of the 20th century has been a principal innovation that has marked the revolution. According to the IGI Global Disseminator of Knowledge Dictionary, this digital revolution is the widespread diffusion of telecommunications and computer technology that is created entirely new ways of working and socializing, as well as challenging and even destroying others. With the contributions of Steve Jobs in the iPod in 2001 and the innovations of Bill Gates and Microsoft have contributed to this digital revolution. And as you have seen in this video, every month there are 31 billion of searches in Google. Although this information is about the year of 2014, in this year the number of Google searches has increased. And people have easy access to information via internet. Now please enjoy some important facts, real facts, about the digital and social media revolution. Now, I will talk about terrorism. It's a strategy used to achieve a specific end. This strategy is often used in asymmetric power struggles when a weaker person or group is fighting against a powerful nation-state. The violence is aimed at creating fear in the target population and often provokes prompt and violent response from the state that has been attacked. Some examples of terrorism events are the fall of the Twin Towers in New York City on September 11th of 2001, provoked by followers of Osama bin Laden. Well, actually, he gave the direct order. And as a result of these attacks, the American government launched an invasion to Afghanistan in the year of 2001. Nowadays, there are terroristic attempts, not only in a potential way, but through cyber attacks and the use of technology to steal information from important countries. The last 3 and 4 years, a terrorist organization called ISIS has threatened several countries that support and have a relationship with the United States. Some countries that have been threatened are Great Britain, Canada, and even Mexico has been threatened. This inserted video shows how the Twin Towers fall and how spread fear in American society. Globalization helps developing countries to deal with the rest of the world their economic growth, solving the poverty problems in their country. In past, developing countries were not able to tap on the world economy due to trade barriers. With globalization, the World Bank and international management encouraged developing countries to go through market reforms and radical changes through large loans. Some negative impacts that globalization brought in developing countries were limited oil supplies from developed countries to developing countries, and globalization transfers investment spending from developed countries to less developed countries. The developed countries cannot share the same economic growth that developing countries had. Globalization helped developed countries to offer and open new jobs. Some negative impacts that globalization brought to developing countries were the emissions of carbon dioxide in the most important cities in the world, and the excessive amount of price in oil gallons. According to the official webpage of the World Trade Organization, the World Trade Organization is an organization for liberalizing trade. It's a forum for governments to negotiate trade agreements. It's a place for them to settle trade disputes. It operates a system of trade rules. Essentially, the WTO is a place where member governments go to try to sort out the trade problems they face with each other. Some of the objectives of the World Trade Organization are to implement the new world trade system as visualized in the agreement, to promote world trade in a manner that benefits every country, to ensure that developing countries secure a better balance in the sharing of advantages resulting from the expansion of international trade corresponding to their developmental needs, to demolish all hurdles to an open world trading system, and usher in international economic renaissance because the world trade is an effective instrument to foster economic growth. And finally, to enhance competitiveness among all trading patterns so as to benefit consumers and help in global integration. Well, some advantages of digital revolution are that marks a complete shift in our society, signals a new era, and alters many aspects of our lives. It vastly increases the knowledge by only having a device in our hands. The digital revolution links individuals and groups together. Ideas can be shared and innovation can be accelerated. And some disadvantages the digital revolution is bringing in today's society lives are the breakdown of many relationships and our sense of community. Digital technology breaks apart our sense of political and regional community. Finally, it enhanced cyber attacks where hackers steal information via digital viruses. I think that technology benefits terrorists because terrorists can control, spy, and spread fear against their enemies. In this case, different governments of several countries, government organizations, they use computers, data servers, and remote connections to make cyber attacks. Some examples of cyber attacks is when the NASA was hacked by a cyber terrorist organization in 2009. Although some devices as iPhones can be decrypted to steal information, it is a matter of time for cyber hackers to find a way to achieve hacking all types of devices. I think that technology affects terrorism because terrorists can be traced, localized, and pursued by government organizations, private government organizations such as the CIA, the Interpol, or that these thanks to cameras, cell phones, satellites, and anyone who can spread easy and quickly information through electric devices such as cell phones, computers, etc. You suppose that no one can't decrypt the new iPhone 10, but if they kidnapped you or they steal, they can use your face to unlock the device, and they can easily steal information that can affect you and other people.